Morning everyone. It looks like Saint-Tropez, although it's a bit colder than that, although Saint-Tropez might not be that hot at the moment. But what a beautiful morning, what an amazing morning to be lucky enough to witness. So it's absolutely perfect, and it's been perfect actually today. I've come out this morning, or very early this morning, and it seems like I've had one meal since, but it seems like 2 meals ago. And so far, everything that's been born is in good shape again. I'm really pleased, actually. I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to touch wood again, but everything seems to know where the teat is. They're being delivered well. They're a nice size. It's just going as well as it possibly can, and obviously, what a beautiful sunrise. The ducks are off. Everything is good. And it's supposed to be really windy today as well. Maybe later. They were talking about 30 or 40 mile an hour winds, but warm winds coming up from the south. So yeah, good morning to everyone. Hope you're in a good place. Hope you're doing your best to lock down and make the best of a difficult situation, especially when the weather's like this. It's really frustrating. But anyway, it is what it is. Morning, ladies. There's Blossom there. She's growing, isn't she, Blossom? You know, she's not a million miles off Lottie now. She's only 1 year, just over a year old. So yeah, she's absolutely getting there, and she's a real good quality horse as well. She's proper, you know. She's put together well, and so is this one. We love them all, really. They've all got their attributes. They've all got their issues. There's none of them perfect, but who is? You know, they're. Jane Bailey says morning. My mother's watching. Morning, Mum. Hope you're well. Susan says morning to you. Anne-Marie says cloudy here in Northern Ireland. Right. Sylvia says good morning, Robert and David. Beautiful morning in Hull. Good. I'm pleased it is. Wherever you are, hope you're having a really, really lovely morning. And when you go for your walk, if you can go for a walk, I hope you can, that you're having a really nice one. And keeping out of people's way, and not visiting like hot spots where where it's not ideal for you to go. Right. So Eddie's up there. He's just penned a couple of twins up. I penned. No, there was none in the bottom barn actually this morning. Before I went in for my breakfast, and then obviously 2 of them have decided to deposit as soon as I've gone. But that's all right. They're all in good shape. Lindy says, good morning, sharing your gorgeous morning in Cumberworth. Cumberworth is not far. I've played cricket many times at Cumberworth. I've hit most of my sixes at Cumberworth. It's quite a short boundary. I've hit 1 or 2 into that farmer's field behind. So, happy memories. Sherry says, good morning from Canada. Charlotte says, good morning, beautiful horses. It's a lovely sunny morning. It's perfect. In fact, I need to think about losing a coat already, which is very early. Jenny Ellis says morning from sunny Sheffield. Wow, that's only just down the road. And Anne-Marie loves the horses. Alison, top of the morning to you, Farmer Robert. Same to you, Alison. Tammy says morning, beautiful horses. Stay safe. We will try. Richard says morning from Leeds. Missing visiting. See you soon. That's wonderful. So many people have said can't wait to come. Can't wait till we're back to normal. And neither can we, but it feels a little way away, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like, oh, maybe next week. You know, it's not going to be next week. It's probably not going to be next month. But anyway, whatever it is, it is. We've just got to try and look at that. That's nice. They've had the moments, these two lately, not getting on so well. Over the garden fence, and I think there's a bit of that going on up and down, isn't there? Neighbours just not gelling. But these two neighbours are, so that's nice. Mutual grooming is Listen to the curlew. Can you hear him? Or her? Hey up, hey up. There's trouble. Something's perked him up. What could it be? What could be arriving that would draw the attention of these ladies? Now then, Blossom is looking very excited, but I think you would if you were about to meet your half-brother. Here's Orchid and young Will. Steady go. Look at that. And off he goes. It's a lovely noise, that, isn't it, from a horse? That noise that Ruby just made. And that's just, I mean, this isn't the first time we've had him out. So the first time, and we've got it all on video, and Dale's going to cut it into a really nice video that we will share with you. So it's become almost the norm now. First thing in the morning, as long as the weather's good. Thanks, Ruth. As long as the weather's good, then that will be his routine. He'll be coming down here until eventually he can stay out. You know, there's no reason why he shouldn't. You know, that they are better out than in, and he's going to spend the vast majority of his time outside. So we're really pleased with his progress. He's got slightly wonky front legs, but regardless of that, he's an absolute belter. We're hoping they'll straighten in time, and he's loving life, and he's loving his paddock, and so is Orchid. Come on, kidder. Come on. Good girl. She looks absolutely superb. She's in terrific condition. She's really got her weight back on. You know, in literally a couple of weeks, she's right back to where she was, to her fighting weight. Come on, Will. And there, look, on a morning like this, what could be nicer than that? Not a lot. And he follows her down really nicely. We debated, like, but the norm is to let, at this stage, to let the foal follow mum. They never go far from him, and we can start his education, which we've already done. He has his head collar on quite a bit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he has his head collar on, and I've got messages arriving on Sunday, and you know, we're getting him used to the lead rein, but to bring him down that steep hill, you know, so early in his education would be something of a risk. That's the way we look at it. So we're just going to take baby steps, make sure that his progress is gradual, but consistent. So that's what we're doing. So Jack says William is going to be a massive horse. Mandy says beautiful. Jane says what a beautiful sight. Julie says beautiful place. Karen says what a sight. There's just birds singing all around us. You know, it's the most amazing morning, and there's new life appearing all around us, and we can share it with you. I'm sharing it with you now, but we can't share it physically like we normally do, where you can come and have a wander around, have a happy family time. But that's just how it is. We can't do anything about it, and I'm going to stop going on about it and start appreciating the nice things around us. It's going to be a belter, says Simone. Joe says Jane Wilson, happy birthday. Susan says good morning, what a beautiful sight, Orchid and Will in the sunshine. Indeed it is. And it was interesting to see the reaction of the other horses there, wasn't it? They're excited to see him, And now we've just got to devise a strategy for them coming out really now, because there's no reason why they can't spend all night in this paddock really, and then just come back into there for daytime for a feed, and for a healthy, good routine, if that makes any sense. You know, to catch them every day, to bring them in, to feed them, to do all that kind of stuff that gets them used to being well handled, is all important stuff. So really, it's just a matter of devising whether we pop them all out in the field together. Look at that, he's trying to graze. Look how he's got his legs. Oh, look at that. He put his front legs forward. He can't reach the ground. See if he does it again. That was so funny. I don't think my camera work was the best. He just planted his front legs wide apart and leant down to reach the ground to have a nibble of some grass. That was super cute. Wonderful. So yeah, we've got to devise our strategy for these other three. If we can get them all to mix together quite happily, because they've all got issues. You know, Ruby's definitely pregnant. Blossom's, you know, young and impulsive, and, you know, could she jump out? I think they could all jump out if they wanted, but I don't think she's likely to. But it's just that first run round. And then Lottie, you know, she's been known to pull a muscle or two on a mad gallop, so we've just got to be a little bit careful and make sure that whatever we do, we do it carefully and it works. So we're having a bit of a think about it, but any day now we'll broadcast and they'll all be in this paddock, enjoying the grass, enjoying the sunshine, and enjoying the exercise. So that's the next job. The land's all dried up now, and everything is looking good. So, shall we have a look at a little look at some of the lambs that are out in the fields, and see how they're doing. If I can get through here, I think I can. There's some Dutch spotted in this one, and then we've got the Kerrys and the Valets in the next field. This one has got the Jacobs in. They look nice. And then somewhere there's an odd Erdwick so far. And I'm trying to keep the breeds separate. So, you know, maybe have a couple of breeds together or something like that. So they all look uniform when we're having a walk round and we can identify them and what have you. And they actually prefer it. You know, they tend to, the Herdwicks very much stay within their own breed, within a wider flock setting. So they obviously recognise each other as something of a subspecies, and they do have different behavioural traits. There goes David with his JCB, dropping straw in, doing stuff, feeding stuff, keeping busy. And again, this is another nice paddock that we've created. Oh crikey, Will just put the brakes on then and came to an abrupt halt. He's loving that. Orchid just loves the grass. He's loving the exercise. So we've got a really nice bite of grass on here. I'd say the sward, which is the technical term for it, is about 100 mil high, 4 inches high, 5 inches high, something like that, which is a nice grazing height. Don't want to get a great deal longer actually for sheep, so we need to make sure we keep enough stock in here to keep it mown down. And these are the Dutch spotted. Finished the filming the links for springtime yesterday, so our work is complete, and it's all down to the editors, all working remotely to piece it together and turn it into a programme, and hopefully on Easter Monday, people are going to enjoy what we've done. You know, the bits that we've seen, you're quite happy with, really. I think they look all right. You know, and it's been a long time in the making. It's the culmination of lots of effort. So hopefully it will be worth it, and people will enjoy it, and it'll give them a boost in these difficult times of lockdown and so on and so forth. And they look belters, don't they? Them Dutch spotted lambs, and they do really look the business. That's the tup. He will be featured on Springtime. I can't see any more than that. Don't want to give the game away. That's a right nice one, isn't it? It's like a Dalmatian dog, that one. Like the one inside that I have to stand with. Unfortunately, if she'd just accept that lamb, she'd be out here enjoying life with these guys. And as it is at the moment, she's having to stay in and be supervised feeding. But you can't do anything about that. You can't reason with them, you know. It's just how it is. To her, she's doing the right thing. But to us, it's really frustrating. Right. So this is the gang of reprobates. You'll have seen him before. I've taken the opportunity while the weather is so nice to pop these guys outside. They're all billies of varying ages, and they're all getting on, so it's nice to keep them together so they keep getting on. I'm going to bring them a little shelter out before it next rains. I've got a couple of shelters made out of recycled plastic. They're like a pigloo type thing, and they'll just keep them dry, because goats don't particularly like to get soaked through. Sheep don't mind. I'm just going to give you, hopefully, if I can keep up with them, a little look at these Kerry Hill lambs, which I've designated as their field. So we've got Kerry Hills, we've got valleys. Now I'm thinking about putting the soways in here and letting them graze this pasture again. It's nice grass, plenty of it. They're enjoying it, and they're doing well. Just a bit stroppy, these. They're see that one there on the that one there I'm looking at now, Ed's eye. She's looking round, you know, she's ready to behave erratically, and that's what Kerry Hills do. There's something of an erratic breed. You can't just wander up to them and pick a lamb up, and you know what I mean. They're all a little bit stressy. So therefore, if they're stressy, I'm not going to make the stress worse. I use my zoom, and we'll watch from a little distance. They're talking to each other. Can you see how they're just communicating through noises? Are you there? Yeah, I'm here, Mum, don't worry. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, follow me. Not Johnny Morris, but that's the sort of thing that they're saying. Yasmin, where are you from? We are from Barnsley. This is Barnsley, South Yorkshire. And this morning, it's definitely God's own country, isn't it? It's, I don't think you could get a nicer day. Early spring, sunshine. Still cool enough, because I think it's nice to have that little bit of chill on a morning. But this sunshine, if you stand in it long enough, will definitely warm you up. And yeah, it's an absolutely perfect day. The birds are singing, they're picking bits of wool up, they're carrying off to the nests. They're all good. Catherine says Johnny Morris laugh. Yeah, very, very poor man's Johnny Morris. Right, they look good, look grand. No doubt if Dad's watching those, he'll be very, very pleased with them. Just while we're out here, this is the view from outside into the farm. Starting at the sheep racing track, looking down all the range of buildings. And we're really pleased, even though at this sparsely screened time of year, because obviously at the moment there's no leaves to soften the built environment. And what we've got there is all those planting beds will soon be bursting into leaf, And as soon as they do, those buildings sort of peep out, and even when there's no leaves, they look all right. You know, the timber cladding is silvered, the roof sheets are green. We designed it in a way. The gabion baskets there are made out of natural stone. They're retaining the site. We designed it in a way that would have a minimal visual impact on what is a lovely landscape, but still be a farm that was fit for purpose, to be a proper working farm, and also a place where people could enjoy happy family days, and that's what we've tried to create. And we feel pretty happy with what. I'm not saying we can't improve on it. We can always improve on things, but generally speaking, it's a fairly pleasant place to look. Speaking of fairly pleasant, there's Orchid looking magnificent. She's always looking, isn't she? She's always looking out at, presumably for danger. You know, she's always watching. You know, she's been in that pen in the roundhouse for quite a while now, waiting for Will's arrival, safe arrival, thankfully. And she's spent a lot of time looking out to that field, as if say there's what's that coming over the hill. And she's been on lookout. She's been on sentry duty, and she still is. She's always a horse that's very aware of what's happening. She's uncomplicated. She's not fussy. There's the curlew again. She's not fussy, but she's extremely bothered about Will, and extremely bothered about food. They're the two loves of her life: her foals and her belly. And she's munching that grass. She's loving it. Aren't you, Flower? Eh? Good girl. How good does that look? Right. Here we go. There's Mary the Jersey. There's Lily the Frisian at the back. These are all short-horns. That one is due to calve very, very soon, like any moment. Yeah, she's very close. That's one we made earlier. And what a beauty he is. That's proud mum, chewing a cud, enjoying the sun. Enjoying a moment in the sun. Let's have a look at this calf. Go on, little man, let's see you. A beautiful colour, isn't he? I think that red roan colour is the nicest colour you can get. Mary says, good morning from Sandy Acre, Notts. Good morning to you. Bernice says east. Judy says, morning everyone. Zahir says, very beautiful place. Thank you, Zahir. We're very proud of it. We're very lucky. Barbara says, I wonder how Lottie will get on with them. I think she'll be all right. They all seem to have bonded. They seem to have come together in a spirit of cordiality. So I've never seen them grooming each other. Quite happy. Andrew says, where's Stanley? Not seen him for a few days. He's here. He gets another appearance on springtime without spoiling anything. Easter Monday, be sure to... I'm pretty sure Nikki will be putting some posts out about springtime and the fact it's on Easter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you could share those, all our absolute stalwart top fans and stuff, we would be so grateful. The better the viewing figures, the more chance we've got of commissioning another series, and so on and so forth. So once that post goes out, and I'm sure Nikki will have it in her mind, or Richard, then it'll be a case of please share, spread the word. Channel 5 will then love us more, and possibly allow us to showcase our family farm for a fourth series, which would be amazing. So that's what we'd really, really like. So yeah, if you can share once that post goes out, we would be forever in your debt. Right, so now something's gone wrong there. Oh, heck. That's bizarre. This morning I've had a twins in the triplets, and we've now had a triplets in the twins. Unless it's got through from next door, but I don't think it has. Or has it? Have you got through somehow? I think, yeah. How's that got through? Or has she rejected it and... Come on, I'm sure you belong to you. I wonder how that had happened. Yeah, that's 100% hers, isn't it, that one? And they're 100% hers. You can see by the different colour, the different breeds. Good job I saw that, because any length of time in the wrong pen, and it's very unusual they'll take them back. How on earth has that lamb got through them bars? That is a mystery. Who sung that song? It's a mystery to me. Was it Toya? Maybe. I don't know. Julie says, good, you are so observant. Well, when you're walking round, it gives you the chance to be observant, doesn't it? I do think it's time, even though I could be getting on with other stuff, it's quite often time well spent, in the sense you can just appreciate the things that you perhaps don't always have the time to appreciate. You know, I don't just mean the birds singing and the leaves coming into bud. I mean, you know, like the fact that didn't look real. I knew these were all twins, and I could see there. Why would she have three and that have one, and they all look so? It wasn't Miss Marple stuff. That was fairly obvious. It wasn't. Who remembers Petrocelli? One of the best programmes. I used to love that when I was a kid. Toya Wilcox. Yes, that's it. Yeah, Carol says Toya, Jane says Toya, Lisa says Toya, Susan says Toya. Geraldine Plant says Toya, sang that song, yes. Yes, it was Toya, says Joanne. Georgina has sent us 50 stars, thank you so much. Sandra says near Barnsley, South Yorkshire, that's it. Right in the heart of South Yorkshire. Bianca says, what animals can be adopted? I'm sure Nikki will explain. Lindsay says, you're amazing, Rob. How you know each animal? So obviously you're amazing. That's nice of you to say, but that really wasn't the most difficult. That wasn't the trickiest spot in the world, that one, but he's great for Lindsay now. He's able to fill his tummy, he's latched onto the teat, he's getting his colostrum. Without that colostrum, he wouldn't thrive and probably wouldn't survive. So Christine can remember Petrocelli, excellent. He used to, it was an American detective program, and he always he used to know, and goodness knows how he knew. He just used to know who'd done what, even when it was like impossible to know. But he was so good, and he used to drink, was it root beer? Or something, he used to have a favourite drink, something like root beer or something like that. And it's just one of those little things you remember from your childhood. Lynn Phillips says morning. Janine says Petrocelli never finished his house. That's it. He was always decorating and doing it up. He lived in a caravan, didn't he? Yeah. Dan says good morning. Always loves your live videos. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, we're doing all right, thank you. We're doing absolutely fine. Talking of doing absolutely fine, here's David. Otherwise known as Banana Man. Oh, look at this, he's coming to talk to us. We are indeed honoured, look at that one. That's 52, who remembers 52 from the other morning? I said, 52 is not prospering. We need to do something with 52, we need to bring it in. Well, they're prospering now, they're climbing all over Mum. So that's nice to see. Look at that, Dave. That's that 52. Oh, heck.
Is that one we brought in?
These were in wrong pen. What? That lamb was in that pen. There were 3 in a 1.
Oh, right, okay. They've just been penned up, so must have gone through.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It must how it's fit through them bars. I don't know. What David's doing now is giving them. We give them like a little. What do you call it, Dave? A squirt or a dose or an infusion, and it stops them getting watery mouth. Watery mouth is not a great thing to have in any. Well, it's an awful thing for a young lamb to have. It's something that would normally be fatal. You can occasionally save them, but not very often. It really knocks them for 6, and a squirt of that seems to stop it happening. So, no. Well, look at that one. He's just got his first legs. That's the first time he stood up. The drench that David's just given him, or her, has obviously just done the trick and properly got it going. Darren says, "Morning, David. Thought it was Lion-O."
Darren?
Yeah.
Thanks, Darren.
Well, you know, Lion-O, because we said we're going to be Lion-O instead of Banana Man, because I said, oh, Banana Man's here. And I'd forgotten it, we're now Lion-O.
Okay.
So how are you feeling?
Feeling all right? You, Rob?
I'm tired.
You've got a bit of straw in your ears.
Huh?
Yeah.
No. No, like. What have I seen this morning? Anything?
Curling?
I've heard it. Heard it a few times.
No.
My favourite bird. Though, you see, we're getting a few in here now that are blocking pens up, aren't we? What's this one, Dave? That's one that's got an issue, isn't it? I think.
Why do we keep that in?
This is, you've just got to try and keep abreast of what's. I know those two.
The lamb that you thought were failing a bit.
Those two are drinking off one side, but they're doing well. We fetched that back in on Dad's suggestion, didn't we?
Yeah.
52, 30, just stand 32 up there. See what she's up to. Just 32 rings a bell as well. Is she all right in a bag? All right, is that why it's still in? Stretching? Maybe we just felt it needed a bit longer. Excuse me. Yeah.
No point turning him out to bring him back in.
No, not at all. Look at that one. It's found itself a comfy settee.
The spec tam, we're down to the last 2 bottles.
Yeah, we might just get through. Craig says, going to have a boogie this morning, Davy boy.
I'm a bit out of energy this morning.
Yeah, it's not a boogie morning. No. Jeanette loves animals. Wendy said, look at that hop over the fence. I've seen out that out of energy.
Not counting.
No, Georgina says, morning from Eddie from Brighton. Morning, Eddie.
What are you doing, Eddie?
Bev Beale has sent 50 stars. Thank you so much. Julie says, oh, so cute. Pandora White, hey up from Emma and Margaret in Wakefield. That's Wakey. Who remembers Rooftop Gardens?
I only went once.
Never. Why?
I might have gone twice. Kind of, because I didn't really go around Wakey.
Rooftop Gardens, Casanovas.
Yeah, but that was more your time.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, in my heyday. Absolutely in my heyday.
Yeah.
Who remembers that? What were it? Pussycat? Wakefield Pussycat? That was like half a nightclub. Casanovas, Rooftop Gardens, and Batley Variety Club. Who remembers that?
I've been there.
That was Frontier. They turned that into a nightclub. It used to have all the best artists from all over the world. Shirley Bassey played there. Batley Variety Club. It was owned by Corrigan. You know Corrigan's Arcades on Seaside?
That's like a proper...
Yeah. I know it was a venue of massive repute.
We've got like O2 now, haven't we? Places like that.
Yeah.
Those
But that were Batley Variety Club, and it used to sell out, and that it was that Corrigan guy, and he had slot machines on coast, didn't he? East Coast, all over East Coast. Look at that tree. Look at Belter. That's got to be the best tree in the world. And right now it's got young Will at the base of it, having a sniff, having a nibble. Has there a rabbit been there? You know, what's that? He's just enjoying exploring exploring his environment, which is lovely. Catherine says Frontier was great. It was just like a massive ring round it. Used to walk round.
I only went once.
Did you?
Or twice.
Oh, it were a good do.
I don't know why I went.
It were all right, that. Hillary remembers Frontier well. Katie says, morning, guys. Carol says, it's now a gym. Never. It must be a flipping big gym.
That's
Crikey.
a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. Susan remembers Batley Variety Club. We used to go from York. Yeah, it was a regional venue. It was a national venue.
What happened to all
Shirley
them
Bassey played there.
Oh, I know Shirley Bassey played there.
Yeah. I mean, she was major, though, wasn't she? Where was Shirley Bassey from?
I'm guessing London.
Oh, Cardiff. Tiger Bay in Cardiff.
Right. Okay.
It's not being a good quiz man, is it? Just think of something you already know and ask someone who doesn't to make yourself look brainy. No, I'm not brainy.
Though, what happened to all the photos? Because when you went in, there were the stars there, weren't there?
Yeah, everyone would go there, wouldn't they? Yeah. Sheila remembers seeing Tommy Steele at Batley Variety. Excellent. My mother had concurred with that. She used to love Tommy Steele. Jay says, lovely shaped tree, isn't it? Isn't that a belter? What a beautiful... I can't get far enough back to get it all in, but just a really nice... Julie saw Freddie Starr there, awake.
But he were entertaining.
Yeah, not quite as good.
I think he'd have been quite...
Josephine Brook, good morning, everyone. Mandy says, it used to have a great laser and light show. Rachel says, all your hard work pays off when you see young Will. Well done, thank you, Rachel, that's nice. Diane says, Tree of Life. Elaine had a 21st birthday at the Frontier.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe we were there.
I don't
You know?
know whether...
Maybe we were.
once.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, so Frontier, Wakefield Pussycat, Casanovas, and Rooftop
Yeah,
Gardens.
we didn't beer keller.
Who?
The beer keller.
What's
I
that?
think we went to Manchester.
Oh,
It's
no.
like a German
I didn't-
kind of big drinking...
I've never been to Manchester.
Oh.
Too far. Wakefield were a bus ride. Look at him.
Come on. Come on.
Davey's striking a pose.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on, then.
Jean saw Roy Orbison at Batley Variety Club. Wow.
Hey, that'd be an artist,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Come on.
Was it DC Only the Lonely? Only the
Come on.
Lonely. Alan says, morning, Rob and Dave. Jackie says, I saw Freddie Starr too. I hope there were no hamsters involved. Not good. Anne says, David's a handsome chap. That's nice. And so is Will.
Come on. Come on.
Is Dave doing a handstand today, says Ellen. Dawn says, lovely relaxed broadcast this morning, yeah. Debbie Pell. Debbie from down in the village remembers Pussycat. Vicky's adopted a meerkat. Missed that. Jay says, evening from Canberra, Australia. You do an Australian accent.
G'day.
Does it go any further than that? Tim Bell, do you ever get to Las Vegas or Ponte Carlo now then? I don't, but I get to Scarbados quite often. Ponte Carlo and Las Vegas.
No,
Ponte races I've been. Pontefract races. Ponte Carlo.
I've been around Donny a few times.
It's a long way home from Doncaster though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they're in a quick way.
From
From here, right? From here, in that direction there towards Barnsley, it's about 12 miles as a crow flies, or 14 or something like that. Not a lot.
Yeah.
But you can't get there in less than an hour, whichever way you go. And sometimes you can go 4 times further than the actual crow flies distance. So it's one of those places, Barnsley and Doncaster.
Romans didn't sort that out, did they?
No, they didn't. Barnsley and Doncaster was always known as the Pitman's Derby, you know, local derby, because obviously 2 big mining towns, a lot of rivalry, and 2 clubs of about the same stature. Although Barnsley maybe Slightly bigger club, if I dare say. Jane says, "Good day, Cobber."
I went to the pier at
Tony
Cleethorpes a few
Crystal,
times.
I've adopted a Shire horse. So chuffed to be part of your conservation. Well, thank you very much. That is very, very much appreciated. Wendy's adopted a reptile, Piggle, hopefully. Ailey says, "Do you ever get a day off, boys?" Well, not at the moment, because if we have a day off at the moment, then something suffers. You know, and I always think, you know, e.g., you miss something don't get done. You know, there's sort of lives to be saved at the moment by keeping on top of it. Yeah, I had a couple hours at tea time last night. So it's just a case of making sure that that we cover all the really important bases, and that's what we're trying to do at the moment. But it's not always like this. We're not always as bursting with new life.
We had Kate working last night, didn't we?
Yeah, Kate did a phenomenal job. Yeah, everyone's really pulling together to get the job done.
Doing a great job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Karen says, "I've adopted the Shires too, as my granddaughter loves horses." Wonderful. Larita says, "David's gorgeous." You must be looking good this morning, Dave.
I did put some gel on my hair.
Oh.
That was great.
Yeah. When is David getting his first TikTok video uploaded?
Well, I've been looking at TikTok.
Yeah?
We could all do one, Rob.
Yeah?
There's like certain
I think TikTok's not our age group, Dave. It's more young people.
I think you're right there, Rob.
Yeah.
I think it might be 20 years.
Angela's adopted a couple of animals for Easter presents. Michelle says, "Good day" from Melbourne, Australia. Jean, "I love your mornings. I now live in Wales, but I was brought up at Sisset down the road. Sisset Baths.
I've been in many a time.
Many a good swim
Tell
down
you
there."
what, I've seen many a plaster floating around at the bottom of that bath.
We learnt to swim at Barnsley Baths, didn't we? Can you remember?
Yeah, blowing bubbles.
They used to have a big rusty pipe right edge of the swimming baths, didn't they?
Those were days.
Yeah.
And why did we learn to swim, Rob?
Because we fell in.
We went down to the cascade, down to the
We
big
did.
lake.
Yeah.
And we were walking across the waterfall and I fell in.
Yeah, but what we would hasten to add here to any impressionable children listening,
Yeah.
we were very, very silly and very naughty, and we were
I know,
we were
but-
so naughty that we
we
fell in the
couldn't
river. No, we couldn't swim. We fell in the river, and Dad took us straight for swimming lessons at Barnsley Baths, where we were about 11. Everyone else were like 2 or 3, and we were having to blow bubbles with all the kids, weren't we? It was a good lesson for us. Yeah.
We had hairy legs. At least we didn't have hairy legs
Yeah.
at that point.
Oh heck. Oh dear. Oh gosh.
Actually, we did do them 2 legs. I remember
Yeah.
we slammed the 2 legs.
We were late swimmers, weren't we? We never had time to learn, did we? But we did learn in the end, and we've had a lot of fun swimming. And Sisset Baths is certainly somewhere we've been swimming and enjoyed ourselves. So
I remember going with armbands on.
yeah, it was so demeaning, wasn't
Tell
it?
you what, I bet nobody has armbands anymore.
No.
Because everyone can swim.
Yeah. Oh no, we were
You
late.
can't swim.
We were late to the swimming party, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. Bianca says, "Who's the bossiest brother?" I think it could be me. I just have a certain way of things being done, anyway. Jill says, "Oh yes, Barnsley Baths and Sisset Baths, Wakefield Baths with its high diving boards. Stocks Bridge. We used to go to Stocks Bridge, didn't we?
Did, yeah,
That were all right.
Barnsley,
Yeah.
Metrodome.
Yeah.
People travel to go to the Metrodome.
Yeah.
It's a really good,
Yeah.
leisure experience.
Yeah. Carlton says it's funnier when our age do TikToks. The kids there think they own it, don't they? We'll take it over, just like Facebook. We'll drive them out. Facebook used to be owned by the young. It's now owned by the old. So, and then they'll think of something else to try and get away from us. Right, I'm going to wander up here then, Dave, and have a look at
Some more straw to the round.
the Rare Breeds barn, and I'll say, I don't think I've been up to the roundhouse yet, have I? I'll have a quick look up here. I'm going to show everyone the Boer goats because I'm really pleased with them. They're making fantastic progress. First 2 of them were born. I thought, oh heck, we're in bother here. They're going to be nothing but a nightmare and an handful. But they're making great progress. Jane says Ken Dodd and his tickle stick. Yes, Ken Dodd. I think he
Batley.
probably, yeah. Carlton says, "Yay, I'm in Stocksbridge. Hi to you, Stocksbridge Baths. Many a good. There used to be a diving board in there. Did you, David? Does everything revolve around drinking? It's a family show. There was a place called the Victory Club, wasn't there, in Stocksbridge?
No, I went to. I can't remember what it was called. It was
all the older girls, all the girls of our age from school, who were always a bit more like ahead of us. They always used to go to this place called the Victory Club at Stocksbridge. I've no idea what it was like. I just remember it used to be the talk of the school. You know, anyone who could pass as an 18-year-old went to the Victory Club. Does anyone know what is the Victory Club still going? At Lee Holmes, is the farm shop still open? It is, observing 2 metre distances and obviously queuing outside when it's busy. But Sunday last week wasn't as busy as Friday and Saturday, was it? So
Friday and Saturdays are the big days.
Yeah.
But if you come at 8 o'clock, it's usually quiet.
Yeah.
If you want to early, and there's more stock to.
Yeah.
We don't sell out of bread, do we, at that point?
Yeah. So 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock is key worker time, and 8 o'clock till 6 o'clock then is for anyone. So that's the gist of it. Right. I'll see you shortly, Dave.
I'm missing you already.
Yeah. Okay. That's funny. Right, here we go. I'll tell you what, we'll start at the top and work down. Although there's no merit in that because we're going to walk back for Land Rover, then, aren't we? We might as well start at the bottom and walk up. So David's in chipper form this morning, isn't he? He's full of life. It looks like he's had a good rest. And I feel absolutely shattered. So, but I'm going to try and have another hour or two today and catch up. Really, it's no good getting too tired that you can't function. But when that alarm went, someone rang me at 2 o'clock this morning, and I don't know what it was. Some funny number that I can't make any sense of. It's like some kind of email address call or something like that. I don't know. And that disturbed me. And I'm going to show it to someone who's a bit cleverer than me technologically and see if they can tell me what kind of call it was. But I don't know what I said to him. I just remember I couldn't make any sense of it. So that disturbed me now. That's John Bon Pony. It is annoying, isn't it, when phone rings and what have you, and you've just got to sleep. And morning, John Bon. How are you? He's in great nick now. I'm hoping he's going to be on the Yorkshire Vet in the not too distant future. Oh, like, who's shouting? Let's have a look. Alright, we're having a bit of a sort out in here soon, today. And we'll go and stand with our little Dalmatian dog, shall we? I'm going to start letting a few of these goats out. So they can, free the pens up for the next ones, really. Hello, little one. Worry you, don't worry. Right, can I jump in? Yeah, just about. There we go. As soon as I arrive, she stands and lets him feed, but up to then, she doesn't. So it's not for the long term. Excuse me. Not for the long term, this, but just for a week or two, just so that she gets off. Give up. Gets off to a really nice start on mum's milk, and then we'll have to find another way of feeding her. So Sue's adopted John Bon. That's nice. Inga says good morning to you. Anne Marie, oh yes, the cutest one. Tracy says love your farm, so gutted we can't visit. And we're gutted you can't as well. Bernice says Cruella de Vil. Well, she don't know, really. Next time, she'll probably be absolutely fine. There's something just happened with that bonding process that didn't make it work. No Natalie says his tail makes me giggle every morning. Becky, do you still have Toggle, Robert? Don't know. No, I don't think. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think we do, because I think Toggle was related to, obviously related to his dad, and his dad is the breeding one. So we couldn't keep any of the females from last year. Julie says someone just asked if they could adopt David Long. Well, maybe. Is anything off limits at the moment? Katrina says, good morning, little wagger. Christine says, love this spotty sheep. Is the mum coming round? No, she's not. Those interested, the sheep that lost its lamb late on yesterday's broadcast, I stood with it this morning, and she let the lamb feed. I'd say she's 70% there to accepting it. So that's good news. I'm sure we're going to get there with that one. I'm sure we're not going to get there with this one. This one's quite determined that it doesn't like doesn't like this lamb, and it's not going to have it in the long term. Joanne says, just love the tail wagging like crazy. He's having his milk, isn't he? Kerry says, what a good farmer you are. Thanks for that's very nice of you to say. Susan says, it's the constantly wagging, tail wagging. It's annoying. Yeah, probably is a bit. Jackie, this makes my morning. Sandra says, beautiful. And Misha says, this makes our morning. Lisa says she was trying to bite his tail. Maybe so. Give up. Be nice. Alice, it looks as though something is hurting. It won't. I've looked at her teats and her udder, and they're absolutely fine. It's just she doesn't particularly like. I mean, she's not absolutely horrendously against it. I've seen them a lot worse. But we won't leave it with it forever. But at the moment, just for the first couple of weeks, it'll do the lamb the world of good to get its mother's milk. So, Rob, if you Google who called me, then put the number in it, it'll tell. Oh, that's useful. I might do. I don't want them to ring again. Or not at that time of day, anyway. I think it was some kind of robot or something. You know, there was no one there. I'm pretty sure, making a funny noise. I think so. It wasn't what I wanted. Oh goodness, nearly fell back in then. Right, so he's had his drink now. She's slightly annoyed, but living with it. That's a bonny little goat, isn't it? Beauty. Any foals due, says Tessa. We've got at least one of the Shetlands is in foal. Don't think it's quite ready yet. I think we're going to try and I think we're just going to restrict the donkeys a little bit now. We don't want the foals that they're having to get too big. We're going to have a bit of a think about a diet plan for them, and make sure we do our best to get that right. We don't want too many, we don't want a difficult delivery at all. And one of them did struggle a bit last time, so we just need to be very careful. The amount of food that they're getting. I mean, they're only getting hay, but it might have to be a combination of hay and straw, because they're in good nick. They're even though they're not getting loads, they are. They look in good condition. So we need to be mindful of that. Last sort of 6 to 8 weeks before they give birth, we need to be very careful with what they get, and we will be. 2 nice little Soay lambs, absolute belters. Another one down there, I think looks like it's gonna go. So we're watching these, pen them up as they're born, move them across into the pen as soon as they've bonded, and and made that really, really important connection. Right, just check the alpacas. Morning, girls. Looking good. Some little kids playing with the pigs, as you do. And then Gary the donkey. Aren't you, eh? Come on, sunshine. Have a look at it. Good boy. He's really chilled now, Gary. He's a nice temperament. And he used to be a bit of an hothead at one time when we first got him. That's Derek, that's his son. Anyone who wants to buy a well-bred, high-quality young male donkey, you know where we are. There's only so long. I'm doing well so far, you know, not to start squabbling. There's only so long that Gary and Derek will happily cohabit, and obviously it's no good him living with any of the females either, because he'll want to mate them. So we do need to find another home for Derek, but it'll have to be a good one. And luckily, there's lots of nice people out there who seem to want donkeys as pets. So jump on pony, morning sunshine. I've seen you once, haven't we? Right, let's go and check the boar goats, and then we'll go up to the roundhouse and see what's occurring up there. It's been a busy morning up there, actually. Lots have been born. Got lots to get outside. As soon as we've finished having a chat, we'll pop the trailer on and start dropping some out in the fields. We've got some that are absolutely ready to go. And what a day to turn them out. It couldn't be better, could it? Probably 3 trailer loads we'll take out today, because it is the perfect day for turning lambs out, sheep out with the lambs into the most perfect conditions. It couldn't be better. We're incredibly lucky that it's such a thoroughly nice day. Good morning, Ted. How are you? And I know how he is. He's growing like mad, and he's doing tremendously well. Just we haven't got a show we can take him to at the moment. I don't know if we're going to have. What a absolute disaster, isn't it, in loads of ways? You know, people, and really now people are getting sort of quite bold at cancelling stuff, aren't they? I know Yorkshire Show's gone. Obviously the Olympics, you know, it's getting to the point now where people are thinking, no, we'll not put ourselves through all the expense of organising it just to cancel it. So, you know, what will be on this summer, I'm not exactly sure. Probably very little, but it can't be helped. But it would have been nice to see Ted go and see how he did against his, you know, the other young bulls in his age group. That would have been really good. Right, have we got something occurring here? I might need David. I can actually do stuff myself, but it's hard to do stuff well and hold a camera, isn't it? You know, and concentrate. It's hard to do 2 jobs properly. Now, oh no, it's not. I thought it were kidding. It's not. Sorry, that's a false alarm. Are you doing anything? There's a few in here getting close. So look, Mrs. Yeah, she's knocking on the door. She'll not be long. Come on, Flower. Let's see you. Yeah, she's close. We're going to have another explosion of boar goats in the very near future. So I would say there's 8 or 10 that are ready to go, and I mean imminently. What are you doing? Talk about ready to go. Although that's not as close as some. That's more gas really than kids. Yeah, there's quite a few though that are very close there. We're watching those like a hawk. So I need to start thinking about letting some of these out, and I'll be doing that today as well. Just use a little paint spray. I'll dot them. There's no need to go too mad. with writing numbers on these, as long as, you know, they're generally very reliable mothers. Once they've bonded, like those two there, could let them out without any worry at all. Those need a little bit longer, but they're not bad. Could let that big bruiser out. She's only got one. He's an absolute belter. He's as strong as an ox. He could go. That one's got 3. That needs longer. They were only born yesterday, so that needs to stay in. For sure, but they're doing nicely. Really pleasing. They were only born yesterday, but again, doing really good. That one's having a feed. That one's doing well. That's the one that lost its kid the other evening, but the remaining kid is doing really nicely, and her milk is helping to support those triplets there. So she's doing a phenomenal job in that respect. And those 3 again doing fantastically well. So I can't tell you how pleased I am with the progress that those have made. I did think when I saw them, first couple to be born, I thought, you know, this is not going to be easy. You know, it looked as though they were all going to be small kids, multiple births. There were going to be loads of trouble. Sabrina says we were laughing at that enormous goat. She might only have 2. Sometimes it's just a case of, you know, a stomach muscles aren't as strong as some, or she might have a bit of wind, really, more than anything. So, but we'll watch her. You know, she's not actually that imminently due to kid yet. She's not formed. Her udder's not filled with milk yet. That's the best guide that you can go by, rather than the size of the tummy. It's the amount of milk in the udder. It's the big telling point, really, as to how close they are to giving birth. So Sharon, love those kids, too cute. They are nice, aren't they? Jack says they are looking fab. They have some character to them. They do. I'll be letting 3 or 4 of them out today. Better doing it like 1 and 2 at a time, so that they're not. It's not too much of a, you know, too much of a chaotic environment. If you just let one out every day, then nothing gets too complicated for them. Trudy says, where are you? We are in Barnsley, South Yorkshire, on a beautiful sunny Sunday morning. Haley says, how are the piglets? The piglets are absolutely fine. How are the quads doing? I just missed that, but they're doing really good. So yeah, we've had another good night, really. You know, very few problems, more stuff, lots of births, and lots of very successful ones. So we're not grumbling. We're getting through lambing. We've got Orchid and Will down there, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the grass. He's having a little rest now. He's having a lie down. We've got another cow due to calve any time. Show you where she is. That's her swishing her tail there. Can you see? She's due to calve any time. We're watching her very, very closely. We're just hoping she does the same as the last. Had it on its own and fed itself without any messing about, any dramas, any histrionics. It was absolutely a pleasure. It's just the way we want it. Right, these are our little gang of pygmy goats. I will be putting a few females out with them in due course. Put them a shelter out as well. So there they off, exploring, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the grass, and enjoying life. And that's something that not all of us can do at the moment, isn't it? Going off exploring, enjoying the sunshine and enjoying life. It's so nice for people who have a garden, isn't it? Just to get that fresh air, sit out. I really sympathise with people who don't and can't. And it's like my son in London. He ain't got a garden. He's got a 3rd floor flat, and it can be, it can be stifling, can't it? That you can't get outside and whatever. But you can go for exercise. It is there to be done if you do it right. There's no reason not to, unless obviously you can't get out for other reasons. So anyway, I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can make the absolute very best of whatever situation you're in, because we've got to. let's have a look in here, see what's happening. And we're really filling up now. We've used every hurdle we've got to build every pen possible to accommodate all the new arrivals. We'll have a look upstairs first, because you can gain a better appreciation up there of what's happening where, and then we'll have a look downstairs and see what's occurring. But we are coping, we're doing all right, you know. If Dad's watching, he doesn't have to worry. You know, I like to think that everything that needs looking after is getting looked after, so in fact I know it is. Ollie's doing an amazing job. Young Tom's doing an amazing job. What you got, Tom? Single, right. Just mind its owns. Has it? Oh, like. I said mind its owns, he says it's just nutted me. That's a Bouncy saying. It's just nutted me. Oh dear. That's a classic, Tom, that. Oh dear. Are you alright, I should ask? I shouldn't be laughing because it's nutted you. I should be asking if you're okay. Where did it nut you? Yeah. Oh, heck. Top at noggin, that's another Barnsley. I'll tell you who you look like, Tom. Can you remember he played for Barnsley? Anthony Kay.
I remember him very well,
Yeah.
One of my favourite players.
Was he? Oh, you've modelled yourself on him anyway. Yeah. Started off as a midfielder. Made his debut as a 17-year-old for Dave Bassett when he was manager at Barnsley. Yeah, well, he had a career out of it, didn't he? Leagues One, you know, Championship and League One. He did. Right. How are these doing, Holly? How's your gang? Yeah? The what, love? Yeah. So we've another milk machine on order. Hopefully it'll come on Monday. Obviously, as they get bigger, the requirements get bigger. They soon empty the machine that we've got, so we need another. We're going to continue to expand the size of the creche because, obviously, as they get bigger, they need more room. So we will just grow with them. Really, we'll make sure that their needs are met. So, and that's, look at that one. That one's on the teat. That little Kerry. And it's had it taken off him by that other bigger lamb. Oh no, he's back again. Yeah, so they're all good. Tom's just been nutted by that Jacob, who's licking a lamb. What you got, Ruth? All right. I don't find them the easiest, those Greatstones. All right. Give David a shout, Tom. Have you got your phone? He's just about to come past, actually. I'll flag him down. Oh, hang on. Have we got it? Where are you, Dave? It's a Gritstone that's lambing, and they're tricky actually. They've not got as much room to manoeuvre things round as a lot of the other breeds. So you've really got to get it properly presented before you before you try and deliver it. You know, you need both legs and the head. Unless it's a really small lamb, then that's what it should look like when it's born. They're little Gritston lambs. I think she's making progress. And what Ruth's doing now, she's trying to manoeuvre the two legs and the head into position. Once she gets those in position, she should be able to deliver it. Putting the ropes on now. So as to get an anchor on each leg, just in case it needs a bit of extra purchase. These are the three more Swiss valets due to lamp. We've got them just below us here, so that we can keep a really good eye on them. We brought them up to the roundhouse because they're generally easier to look after more complicated births up here. Ruth's now trying to go for the delivery, or is she shaking her? I'm not sure. She must feel fairly confident. I'll come. She's struggling to get it. Oh, Davey's gone the other way. I'll get it though. Excuse me, girls. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a pity you never looked into it. Here, Tom, just take that.
Alright guys, Rob's going to have a quick look at it then. He's going to try and get the lamb out nice and safely. There we go. Lovely job. Quick rub down. Present it to the mum. Good job.
Yeah, it's breathing.
Yeah, breathing. There we go. So it's a little bit tight, and there we go. Straight to mum. And to hopefully start licking it nicely. Just a little bit reluctant at the moment, but give it time.
Come on. We really need it to bond with this lamb. It's possibly the first time it's lambed, you see.
Yeah.
That might be
A little bit shocked, possibly. So she's definitely got another one, guys. She's got twins. So Rob's going to have a look.
I'll get it delivered.
Get it out safely.
Head and one leg. try and get the other leg forward.
Yep, so it's on its way. There we go, guys. Straight out. Get all that mucus off and present it to mum again. So that's 2 twins.
Yeah, she's licking in there.
And there we go. Look at them nicely. There we are then, guys. 2 lovely lambs delivered. Yep, no problem.
I'll leave them in safe hands.
Yeah.
And that's where experience comes in.
That's it, isn't it?
It is.
Now, how do we do with those face masks?
Take over Rob's life.
There we go. So this is a Gritston, guys. One of our rare breeds of sheep.
Really well with
She's doing well, yeah. She was a little bit reluctant at first to be licking, but maybe she was just in a bit of shock. Potentially her first lambing season, so far so good.
Busy morning.
Yeah.
What we had?
We've had,
4 triplets, 3 twins, a single,
yeah,
and then I believe there's 2 sets of twins down bottom.
yeah. So
All systems go.
busy morning.
Busy morning.
Busy morning. There you are. Another look at the lovely lambs. Look at that. That's the first one, and that's the second one. We've got a few more left in here as well, all having twins, guys. Lots to look forward to. And I'm going to go find Rob, because he's the man for this job.
Are you doing an excellent job?
Thanks, Ruth. Swiss Valleys, 3 left to lamb up here. 1, 2, and 3. Thanks, Ruth.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Single Jacob.
Oh yeah. We had a Jacob born about 10 minutes ago, guys. I'll quickly show you that before I pass over back to Rob. This one here, about 10 minutes ago. What's the single, this one? So this is a pen full of singles that we've got. And it delivered it by itself as well, which is always nice. A natural birth. There's mum, and there's little baby. And Dan French, sorry, how's your head, Tom? It's all right now. Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. All right. Where's Rob? There you go, Rob.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Stepped into the breach there. Natural broad. Cheers, thank
There
you.
you are, Rob.
Cheers.
Thank you.
There, grand. So that was a good result in the end. We got him, got them 2 nice lambs. Gritstons. The Gritstons are not the easiest to deliver, actually. Ruth had done the hard bit by getting the other leg forward, and it was just a case of just having that extra bit of strength, I suppose, just to get that, just to sort of flick that head out, and then once the head was past, it was quite easy then. So yeah, that was fine. Well done to Tom for taking over the camera. Get Rob the selfie stick. Now it's always better if you I always think if you're doing something, you need to. Yeah, you can't land one-handed. You know, I've just got to put the phone down and give it my whole attention really, and that's what I was able to do. Then Tom took over, and it was absolutely fine. They were the Gritstons, probably the first time she'd lambed, and they are just that little bit tighter and trickier than the other breeds. I would definitely say that. But the hard bit was getting the both of them had a leg back. And Ruth was able to get the first one forward. I was able to get the second one forward. I was able to complete both deliveries. So that's good. That's a nice thing. How the Boa Goat quads doing? They're doing really, really well. Nice set of triplets born this morning. Those are the quads. I've moved them because I needed that lamp for something else. I had a set of twins, one of which was a little bit sluggish overnight, so I popped them under the lamp, and they've come round nicely. So that's why they're there. Those are two that Dale dealt with, which were a bit steady. She didn't have a lot of milk to start with, but they're coming on now. I think Dale did a little video on those, so whether it's out yet, I don't know. But they both had a bit of a rough start. She didn't have any milk, and they had a bit of a tough birth, but they're coming on nicely now. What's wrong, Bill? Just checking she ain't got another. No, it's the placenta. She's delivering the placenta. I was just double checking then. I thought, crikey, have I missed one? Because I penned her up and I couldn't feel anything, and I can't. It's the placenta is just about to be delivered. This is one. It's obviously just about to lamb. She's getting all interested in everyone else's lambs. And she's one who'll need some help, that one. She won't rear 3. Don't think. Oh no, she's alright. It's another one I was thinking of. There's another one that's not in the strongest nick. I can't. She keeps turning around. I can't see whether she's actually started yet. Come on. Let's have a look. No, she's not started, but she's very much on the way. She's just suddenly decided that she's agitated. She's interested in the other lambs. She's obviously getting contractions. So she's in the early stages of labour. She's scanned for triplets. So all being well, Majel says spray lambs, Robert. Ruth will definitely have sprayed them. She's meticulous about detail, and I know she'll have sprayed them, and she'll be in the process of building a pen for them and penning them up. My job, as soon as we've finished having our chat, is to get some more outside, and that's what I will be doing. Yeah, she's carrying some hurdles about. She's making another pen. So yeah, rest assured that will be done. Janet says the Gritston's twins haven't been sprayed. She definitely will, but I will check, but she definitely will have done it. I know she will. Do you have many sheep have problems with prolapse after... No, we don't, to be fair. This year, we've had no significant prolapses. 2 or 3 we've had to fit the plastic restraints for, but they've done the trick. And the reason for that is we've fed all multiple births with molasses and a small amount of corn. In the past, we've given them all corn. And the volume of the corn in the tummy has displaced the uterus, put pressure on the uterus, forcing it to come out. So the molasses, which is basically treacle, has been a wonderful feed for the triplets. It's really done the job. And saved on so many prolapses, so it's been a massive plus. That the other massive plus is the lambs have come out and they've been full of vigour, full of energy. They've known where the teat is. They've got straight on to sucking. You know, that's only born this morning, already on the teat. Everything jumps straight on the teat and cracks on. So we're incredibly pleased with our first proper year of feeding molasses. So it's been molasses only to twins and molasses and some corn to triplets. And it has worked amazingly well. We're really, really pleased with it. It's been without doubt the highlight, you know, the best innovation from a lambing point of view that we've had in a long time. And we have to thank our neighbour Gordon for that. We've copied him. Most good ideas are actually copies from someone else. Come on, let's have a look at these little lambs. They're not lambs, kids. What am I on about? Come on, little one. Let's have a look at you. I mean, that's the small one. It's an absolute belter. Come on. Mrs. Are you going to stand up? She's such a big goat. There's no wonder she's had 4. Oh, look at that. Absolute crackers. And that's testament to the wonderful care that Ruth and the other girls and Tom have given them, really, because they've fed those at such regular intervals when they were little that it's made such a difference to them, and they've done really, really well. So well done to them. They've absolutely got them going. Now they're feeding themselves, And well done to the mum. You know, she's done a cracking job to have 4. And I think we've got some footage of the last 2 actually. So we definitely ought to turn that into a comprehensive video, didn't we? Because to be fair, I thought you were only having 2. And I said to Dave, just go and spray them. And she was in the process of having a 3rd. Come on, girl. Let's have you. Let's see you. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good lass. So she was in the process of having a 3rd, and then she had a 4th. And I think Dale captured it while he was talking to David. In the background, she was having a 4th. So I don't know if that video's out or whether it's on its way out, but well worth a watch. So we'll do an update on that, show how well they're doing, and show how well the guys have done in getting them going. Really, the Holly, Kate, Ruth, Tom, predominantly up here at the roundhouse, have done a first-class job, as have the rest of the gang, who've been looking after the pigs and all the other stuff down on the rest of the farm. So a team effort, and everyone's doing the bit, pulling together and making sure all the little bits of detail gets done, so that we don't have anything that drops by the wayside. You know, we want to make sure that we catch everything before it takes a nasty tumble. So if anything is starting to go backwards, and that's what I'm doing now, I'm just having a walk round, because again, if you walk round and stand everything up, you get a good appreciation of the condition it's in. And these guys look a little bit vulnerable, don't they? Come on, let's have a look at it. Some of these warbles have just been a bit small, just recently. A bit of straw just needs chucking them out. Come on then, let's have a look at you. Can you stand? Just about. I mean, they've only just been born. It's still wet, that. So there's no... oh, down you go. So they need watching, but they're only just coming round. They're plenty young enough to be let out yet. I don't think I'll be rushing to let them go. They're 2 that we let out and had to bring back. That one's, to be fair, I don't think she's going to feed that. See, as soon as she got up, it went straight to feed. I don't think she's got the milk. So I would say that's going to need bottling. Ruth, is this one you're aware of? Is this one you're aware of? I don't think she's going to rear that second lamb.
Yeah.
Has that had her feed this morning? Anyway, the poor the lesser light number 37, Ollie, needs a drink as soon as you can, please, love. Thank you. It's on a Kerry. So yeah, I think that one's going to need catching before it falls, for absolutely certain. But it'll be fine. It just, you know, I just think we're not gonna. It's not gonna get the milk that it wants off mum. So we either top it up and hope that she comes into some milk for the time being, or take it off and bottle feed it. I think we'll top it up and leave it on her for the time being, because the creche is pretty full. So there's only so many that milk machine can sustain through the night before it runs out. So I think we'll top up, leave on mum, hope that she comes into better milk. But I'm not personally convinced that she's going to do that. You know, I think ultimately it will need rearing by us. So that's something that we will definitely do if required. Come on, missus, let's have a look at you. They're all right. Come on, little one. Let's see you. Yeah, no dramas there. They're good. It's just always worth just having a look, because quite often you can just add a bit of value somewhere or other. Nothing wrong with that. That's stretching. The vast majority just feed and thrive and go outside, and you never need to worry about them again. There's just a few that don't, and that's what we've got to make sure we're there for. And the really vulnerable time is when they're first released into an environment like this, because obviously it's a little bit more little bit busier, a little bit more chaotic. And this is where they can lose contact with mum and not thrive. Like these three, they're going to need a bit of shepherding, a bit of watching. They'll need, in fact, they possibly already have been fed. You know, they might have been milked and tubed just to get them going. They'll need that 2 or 3 times those. But once they have been, she probably will feed them. You know, these warbles do produce a fantastic amount of milk. They're very, very milky. Are we all good in here, Tom? Yeah. How are you getting on with that football, Tom?
Oh, I'm towing that.
Are you coming to terms with it now?
Like yesterday, Saturday, I was doing nothing.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Football is what I do.
Yeah. Well, you might have to wait a while longer, Tom, I'm afraid. And the thing is, it's a worldwide situation, this, isn't it? It's not like, oh, well, I'll watch South American football or something like that. It's going to be... If it isn't there now, it's coming, isn't it?
One league still going for the Belarus League.
The Belarus... Are you watching it? All right. Belarus are obviously managing to keep going despite the virus. Incredible. No, I think if it's not got there yet, it'll be getting there. I think perhaps if they'd shut down air travel straight away, they might have been able to. Anyway, I'm sure they know what they're doing. And you can't cry over spilt milk, can you? You know, I suppose the only thing that you can hope, actually, is that whatever can be learnt is learnt, both in terms of as a country how reliant we are on certain things. Can we become less reliant on certain things? You know, can we keep a certain supply of stuff? You know, because it could all happen again, couldn't it? You know, I don't think there's any reason why. You know, it could be something else next time or what have you. And I suppose you do need to learn lessons from this situation. Now then, lass, can you get up? Come on, girl. This is one that we're having to help a fair bit. She just got herself in a little bit of a low condition. Good lad. Oh, she's up. That's good. Just help that front end up, Tom. Good lad. That's it. Just let her get some time on her legs if we can. Nope, she's gone down again. Yeah. But she's coming round. She's just got a little bit of twin lamb just before giving birth. It's just taking a little bit of time to get her energy up, but she's definitely one that I dare say they've been fed already then, Tom, but they're definitely going to need it. And I'm sure Ruth will be injecting her. In fact, I'm certain sure. Let's have a word. Where are we? Ruth, that third one along, the mule one who's been a bit down on herself. Is she been injected? Yeah, all right, yeah. She'll not need loads of calcium, but a little bit. She'll not need loads of calcium. Yeah. Have you fed the lambs this morning? Have you fed the lambs this morning? Yeah, right, grand. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just checking that the A-team have got that covered, and indeed they have. They're standing her up. They're holding her up for a while, just trying to get a bit of strength in the legs, just like Tom and I tried to there. But she's not quite ready to sustain herself under her own steam yet, but she will. You know, the hard bit's done. The lambs have been delivered. They're in good nick. She's done a fantastic job, and she just needs now to shake off the after effects of twin lamb disease, which she will, and she'll be absolutely fine. Come on, little one. Good. Toby says, "Are you the boss, Robert, to help your dad out then?" I suppose so. Well, yeah, it's our family business, but yeah, Dad's just taking a temporary step back for obvious reasons. That's one we're going to have to watch. She's nearly ready to lamb, and she's not in the strongest of condition either. So I think I might put her in a pen and give her some molasses to go at. As soon as we finish talking, I'll do that. Just a matter of just walking around, refreshing your memory, looking for potential banana skins to head off, and make sure things don't go from a worrying situation into a bad one. I think that's the key. Make sure that we tackle things good and early, and what is it? A stitch in time. She's going to lamb very shortly. I need to get some out really, because we are now up to capacity from a pen point of view. So definitely need to act fast now. So I think I'm going to have to say cheerio, guys. I think, and then see if I can collar David to give me a hand, get a few outside, and move things forward. As you can see, we're just building pens after pen after pen. So when there are some sheep in here that we can move out, although not too many. A lot of them are, still on the young and vulnerable side of life. So that's what we will do. I think I'm gonna have to shed a layer as well. It's warm. Right. We'll just drive back down the yard now and find David, put the trailer on, and crack on, because there's just a few things up here need thinning out a bit. Really, we've just got enough new lambs born, and Ruth needs a bit of room to work with now. So I think that's our job to make sure there is room to house the next ones. Really, that's the main priority now. So just to sum up, another busy morning. Lots have been born, lots still being born. Just delivered a couple of Gritstons that Ruth was struggling with. She'd done the hard work, but it just needed a little bit of technique and strength just to get that head out and get the lamb delivered. So I was happy to do that. That was a good result. Everyone's doing a fantastic job. They're keeping everything fed, keeping everything going, keeping everything clean and tidy and dry. We're going to get probably 3 or 4 trailer loads of lambs out today. What is the most, I'll show you, the most wonderful day. And it's too good a day not to take advantage of and get the sheep outside. A couple of people there taking the daily exercise, well away from others, which is good. I'm going to get some more goats out in the fields. I'm going to, just really try and empty the barns, fill the fields, and keep everything happy and healthy. So that's our plan for today. I'm going to try and find time to have an hour sometime, so that I'm not like going to bed at 9 o'clock, because it can make for a very short evening and not terribly sociable. So I'm going to see if I can find time for an hour's sleep. There's Will having a runabout, enjoying life to the full, and that's a nice thing to be able to do in these trying times. So I'm going to say cheerio then, guys. So from Farmer Robert at Cannon Hall Farm, I'm going to say have the very, very best of Sundays. I wish you absolutely well. Hope whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you can have as good a day as is humanly possible. So from Farmer Robert, Cannon Hall Farm, keep safe, keep well, and we will see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your lovely comments. Thanks for your support. Thank you for everything. Cheerio. Bye-bye.